Welcome to FinTech TV. I'm Remy Blaire. Joining me today at the New York Stock Exchange to tell us more about TradeAlgo is Carlos Cruz, the CEO of the company. Carlos, great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great being here.
Well, first and foremost, tell our audience about TradeAlgo. What is it and what are you focused on?
So TradeAlgo is an analytics company. We essentially aim to use cutting edge technology to help retail investors win in the market. So that's our mission. We want to essentially democratize tools that are usually reserved for institutional investors and make them accessible for regular retail level investors.
So tell us more about TradeGPT.
So TradeGPT is an AI assistant, and essentially it's free to use. People can there's different tiers to it, but people are able to essentially ask it any question, and it's trained with the up-to-date financial data. So it can be very helpful for active traders. It has options data, all kinds of financial information that you can use, and people really seem to enjoy it, and it's a great trading assistant.
And of course, many people may be familiar with ChatGPT, so TradeGPT has a familiar ring to it in terms of its name. But when we're looking under the hood, give us a better understanding of how it actually works, especially since you come from a tech background.
Yeah, so essentially, it's an amalgamation of different large language models. Um, And it's on top of that, we have a proprietary layer of financial data that we built over the past few years with TradeAlgo. And essentially, it accesses all of that data. So instead of having for a regular investor to go look for anything, it has it readily available, and it can scan millions of data points and in a second, and essentially just be a huge time saver, which we know is really important when you're an active trader.
Yeah, and absolutely, because you think about how many hours actually go into producing an equity research report and also the performance depending on the analyst. So, what is the mission of TradeAlgo?
So the mission is really to democratize institutional level data and make it accessible for retail traders, so they're not left behind, and they have access to cutting edge technology. That's been
And
our core directive from the beginning.
yeah, and of course, Carlos, when we're talking about apps, there are so many out there. So, tell us about the performance.
So essentially, we have different types of products. It's not necessarily focused on specific performance. It's an analytics platform, so it provides a lot of insights where traders can get lots of ideas, and now we also have some AI generated alerts as well. But the performance is it really is it's a wide ranging question depending on the specific products, but they perform very well. I mean, people are usually very happy with our products. So, but yeah, it's hard to really quantify it. Like we have a product called the Well Series that we launched about a year ago, and it's this year's outperformed the S&P, and we have another product called Midas Link that also has outperformed the S&P, and then we have options alerts that have a pretty positive P&L month to month. So it's a broad question. Yeah.
And what is the goal with TradeAlgo as you move forward, not just into the new year, but beyond?
So our goal is essentially to create products that are we essentially are branching into two categories. One is to move to create more sophisticated options products that really leverage on artificial intelligence. So it's to really lean on artificial intelligence for ideas and specific alerts for options traders, and the other one is moving perhaps into the RIA world, creating an AI-powered RIA, where essentially it's hands-off wealth management, and the technology for that already exists. We're in the process of doing the licensing for it. Yeah.
Well, Carlos, great having you here. Thank you so much for sharing the story of TradeAlgo.
Thank you so much for having me.